Welcome to the show. Let's talk about Parkinson's in the holidays. Gonna skip the music this week. All right, folks, just like to wish everybody a special happy holidays. I know it's a tricky time of the year for everybody, especially us Parkies. I've got a list of things here. We're gonna call this episode Hazards of the Holidays, and I think all of us can relate to these. First of all, if you'd like to get a hold of me, Jaymacpodcaster, gmail.com. That's spelled Jaymac, podcaster, gmail.com. Instagram, JeremyMac76. Facebook, Jeremy McDonald. Just, the links will all be in the description below. All right, so, by the way, Patreon. You might want to check that out. Patreon.com, Parkinson's with Jeremy Mac. There's a video I just posted a few days ago, of me and my son and my wife when he was quite a bit younger, exploring a mostly abandoned mall. It's pretty cool. So go to Patreon. It's free to check out. $5 to subscribe to unlock a bunch of stuff, but a lot of it's free. That's my plug. All right, Parkinson. Oh wait, stay tuned for movie of the week. I got a holiday movie. All right, so holidays. I got a list here. Okay, first of all, this is things that most people. I think maybe some older people think of this that don't have Parkinson's, but most people that don't have Parkinson's don't think about these things. This is a list. I've got about 6 things here, and I have a story that will kind of encapsulate the feeling of vulnerability of patients with mobility issues. Okay, first of all, noise and crowds. I'm talking about not just like shopping. I'm talking about holiday gatherings. Kids are, I love them, but they can be noisy, and when the noise goes up, my stress level goes up, and when my stress level goes up, my dyskinesia, my wiggly movements get worse. That's a big deal. Noise can just make me feel unsafe and uncomfortable, which is kind of funny because I have a son who trumpets to the world every morning and every night before he goes to bed. That's fun, but I love him anyway. This is something people don't think about. I mean, a lot of people have issues with crowds and noise. I don't think, and not every Parkie's like this, but the noise really gets to me, and the kids, the questions, and why is Uncle Jeremy wiggling, and it's a lot. Okay, second up, I got a list here. Cheating. Mobility issues. Okay, this could be everything from tripping over Christmas presents on the floor of your own home to getting in and out of a family gathering, which, like I said, most people don't think about. And it's like, that's tricky, especially for those of us who have more trouble walking. Not all people with Parkinson's have as much trouble walking, at least when they're on their medication, as I do. It's a trick, and I'm going to do a video probably either next week or the following week. I haven't decided about falling and my fear of falling. It's a big deal. Mobility issues are huge for us people with PD. It's scary to get up out of a sitting position sometimes. Stairs are tricky. So yeah, just factor that into your holiday journey, especially for those of you who do not have Parkinson's. Just when you see a set of stairs, you don't think about it, but a Parkinson's patient thinks, how am I going to get up that? Or when you see a crowded room full of, maybe things laying on the floor, most people are like, well, I'll just be careful. Well, it's not that easy with people with Parkinson's. Okay, on to the next issue. By the way, I hope everybody's having a good holiday season. Although this issue or this episode's kind of a downer, I'm actually having a pretty good holiday season. I'm limiting my stress and doing my movie collecting. By the way, you probably see some of my favorite Christmas movies and records back here. Those are bonus. I haven't been down here in a while. I haven't been down in this particular location or this angle. So we're going old school. Okay, this one is appropriate year-round. Bathrooms. Okay, I took some pictures, which I'll share in another video about how I have my bathroom set up. Grab bars on the wall, grab bars in front of me, the handles on the side of the toilet. If you don't have someone who has mobility issues I hate to use the word handicap, but disabled, that's the PC term, I guess. You don't think about it. Once again, you're like, you gotta go to the bathroom, get up and go. I was talking with Esther, shaking my boots, and we did a video about favorite Christmas movies. You can check that out on it's on Patreon too, and there's also a bit of it on regular YouTube. Sometimes people with Parkinson's have bladder issues. I don't have them per se, but when I have to go, I have to go. Now, I can hold it, but once I get to a certain point, I've got to go. And the urgency to go to the bathroom when maybe the bathroom's not handicap accessible or whatever, disabled accessible, it's terrifying. You don't want to break somebody's toilet. I mean, like I said, I've done a video where I broke my toilet. It's not fun. The flooding of the bathroom, yeah, it's terrifying that you're going to fall down in somebody's bathroom and either hurt yourself or, for me, even worse, break their toilet. All right, next up. Medication fluctuations. This is something that we talk about all the time, but for those of you who don't know, or maybe you do know, you just need it explained a little bit better. Our medication goes up and down like a wave throughout the day. Right now I'm on pretty good. I'm not wiggling too bad. But as the medication drops and peaks, you get what's called dyskinesia, which is the uncontrollable movements, or your tremor comes back. That's I'm faking the tremor, but that's what my tremor looks like when I'm off. Eating protein, especially, it will block our medication. At least for most people that I talk to. Early on, it wasn't like that, but it's a lot. So, and then just a simple fact of eating when you're dyskinetic, you could end up having a turkey leg stuck to the lampshade or green bean casserole on the wall. I don't like people watching me eat. I am a very messy eater, and it's why when you come over to my house, you won't see me eat, maybe but just like pizza or something, because don't give me a fork and spoon, it'll be everywhere. And like I said, and then once you get the food in your stomach, it then becomes an issue of, is it going to block my medication? I have a turkey dinner in the middle of the day. I'm out for 2 or 3 hours. My medicine will not work with a full stomach, especially turkey. So that's something people don't think about. And then there's the embarrassment factor, which, let's be honest, a lot of people don't go to things because they're embarrassed. Like I said, I was dyskinetic one time, just moving in my seat, and my little nephew goes, "Uncle Jeremy, what are you doing?" And he started laughing, which I don't blame him. He's a kid, but it's just one of the things, like in a crowded room, and then the parents get embarrassed, and then I wish I could say I was tougher than that, but I'm just not. I hate being dyskinetic in front of people. It's tricky enough to have to stare across the room when I have to go to the bathroom when people are over. And it's a real thing. And shame, I hate to say it, shame and embarrassment are a real thing. And maybe some of you say, get over it. Well, it's easier said than done, because they were like, we love you anyway. Well, I can't have fun if I'm squirming all over the place or if my hands are shaking. It's just not fun for me. And if I can't enjoy myself, then why the hell am I going? Here's a big one: fatigue. I've talked about this numerous times in other videos. Fatigue is crushing. Just like 2 or 3 hours of having people over, I need a nap. I'm spent. And I know a lot of people say, well, everybody's like that. No, it's tired on a molecular level for us people with Parkinson's. It's just where you're literally tired in your bones, and your brain just fogs over, and you need to turn it off. And that's another thing. People are like, well, just go to lay down in the other room. Well, it's not like close my eyes for 5 minutes is going to help. It's not, especially if I'm eating, which I never go over anywhere and eat. Maybe chips or salad or veggies or something, but I never eat over at anybody else's house. I'm rarely at anybody else's house, but if I do, I keep the eating to a minimum. I can't afford to have my body lock up on me and have to be helped out to the car. And it's a shame, but that's the way it is. Okay, here's something else. People say, that's horrible. How can you live like that? Well, I've been sick for 13 years. Well, I've actually been sick a lot longer than that, but I was diagnosed 13 years ago. Here's the thing. I was prepared for this over a decade ago. I knew after 2 years we had to quit my job where my leg was getting all wonky. I knew that I was having more extended off times. I knew this was going to happen. I've never been a big holiday party guy, so that kind of works out, but this is not new. This has been coming at me for a long time, and I recognized over a decade ago that my time of going over to people's houses and eating and being, quote, normal was over and wasn't coming back. So just once again, for the newly diagnosed, your path may be different, but just be aware that others around you are going to have expectations that maybe aren't in line with how you really are, how you're really conditioned, as your condition really was. I had people say, "Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine." Well, I'm not fine. I mean, I'm fine, but I'm not fine. And it's like, I think it's people wanting to think the best, and nobody wants to see their loved ones suffering or hear one of their friends not able to come because of health reasons. And I'm going to end on this note. It's kind of a downer note, but this is kind of, and then stay tuned for the movie, by the way. Let me get that up here so I don't forget it. This is kind of a downer note. This is kind of what I've become. Need to slow down, J-Mac. You're talking too fast. Got to get it out. Got to get it out while I'm feeling good. All right. Well, this story, it's bittersweet. It was not bittersweet, just bitter. My grandma was ill. She was ill with cancer, but the issue's the same. She had mobility issues. And I think she was in her late 60s at this point. She had really bad cancer that ravaged her pretty bad. And she lived in a house which had, like, I guess, a porch and then 12 stairs going down to the sidewalk to get out, which I was like, now looking back, I'm like, why did this older lady buy this house? Well, my dad said, Grandma needs help, go shovel off and salt the sidewalk, I guess just the porch area and the stairs so she can, I guess, get out and sit on the porch if she wants to. Well, I thought I did a good job. Well, I don't know how long afterwards, but my dad, I guess, I'm assuming we got home and my dad said, Jeremy, why didn't you shovel off the sidewalk good enough? And I said, well, I did. He goes, well, Grandma slipped on the ice and broke her hip. Wow. Talk about laying a guilt trip on a kid. And that's a grim story. And I'm not gonna end there, but that's just what I think about when I see stairs and ice. Also in the winter, usually holidays, if you live in a part of the world where it's cold, there's ice. Ice is treacherous. I've fallen on my ass going out to the mailbox once. I looked around and see if any of the neighbors saw me. I was fine, but it was like, it's scary to just all of a sudden be able to just fall. And anybody can fall at any time. That's the scary thing. So yeah, that's when I think of falling and I think of ill people trying to get up and down stairs. I think of my grandma falling and breaking her hip. But it's a terrible image, and I wish. I was a kid. I'm not going to blame myself for it. I don't know if my dad did or not, but he made a point to tell me that Grandma fell and broke her hip because I didn't shovel off the sidewalk right. So life goes on. I miss you, Grandma. All right, let's end on a slightly more entertaining note. I've talked about this movie before. Movie of the week. Scrooge, the Albert Finney version. This is made in late 70s. Rated G, but I tell you what, 1970. Got Albert Finney and Sir Alec Guinness of Obi-Wan fame. Bridge over the River Kwai. It's a good movie. It's a telling of the classic A Christmas Carol. I like this one because it's a little metal, which by that I mean it's kind of like it's like got some scary stuff in it, like the Ghost of Christmas Future. That's pretty grim. He actually goes to hell in the end of it, which is, I don't know how more metal you can get than send somebody to hell. But you won't see that. I never saw it on the TV version. It wasn't until I bought the DVD version that I saw that they edited it out. I'm like, oh my god, he goes to hell? Holy crap! So check it out. It's a musical, which, I mean, my wife doesn't like it very much because the songs get stuck in your head, and I don't know if she likes musicals, but it's probably my favorite Christmas movie. I haven't watched it in 3 or 4 years because I like to pace it out. I saw it when I was a kid, and I was like, it's the scariest movie I've ever seen. Well, that was before I saw The Thing and, Psycho and stuff like that. All right, that's all I got. I hope you guys have a safe and warm and festive holiday season. Don't stress yourself. Pace yourself. I love you all. This channel would not exist without you. And leave me some comments as to your feelings about the holidays and maybe some of your holiday hazards.